Beloved Lord, today I come before you with a heart full of love and care for my son. You know his efforts, his sleepless nights, the hours he has spent studying, and even the moments when exhaustion almost overcame him. Now he is about to face an important exam, and deep inside me, there is only one desire: that your peace may be with him, and that your wisdom may guide him in every answer. I know, Lord, that exams are not only about what we have learned, they also test our confidence, our calm, and the strength we carry within. That is why I ask you, let not anxiety rule over him, but let your Spirit fill his mind with clarity, his heart with calm, and his hands with steadiness to write down what needs to be written. Eternal Father, I bow before you and ask that you yourself be with him in that classroom, as if you were right by his side, whispering that everything will be all right. Erase from his mind the fear of failing, the pressure of making mistakes, or the doubt of whether he has studied enough. Remind him that he is not alone, that in that very moment you are his best companion, and that your word says the one who trusts in you will never be put to shame. Give him that confidence that doesn't come from books, but from your presence. Because when a heart rests in you, even the hardest tests turn into opportunities to see your hand at work. Lord, I place before you every page of that exam, every question he will face, every calculation he will have to make, and every text he will need to write. You know what he studied, what he reviewed, what he kept in his memory, and you also know what he might have forgotten. That is why I ask you to help him recall exactly what he needs in that moment. Open his mind like a well-ordered book where every subject falls into the right place and every answer flows with clarity. Remove every confusion, every distraction, every nervous trap that could cloud his thoughts, and instead pour out a spirit of wisdom that helps him move forward with confidence from the first question to the last. Father of love, I also want to pray for his heart, because I know that behind an exam, there are not only letters and numbers, there are emotions, dreams, and hopes. You know how much it matters to him to give his best, how deeply he desires to see good results, how much he longs to prove that his efforts have been worth it. I ask you to embrace him in that moment, to fill him with the certainty that his worth is not defined by a grade, that his identity is not shaped by a result, but that he is loved by you above every score. May he feel that his effort honors you, that his dedication is seen by your eyes, and that even in what seems small, you always reward what is done with all the heart. Lord, into your hands I place this day, this exam, and my son's life. Because if you are with him, no circumstance can steal the peace that comes from you. And when he sits down to study, Lord, let it not be only with a tired mind, but with a willing heart. Help him organize his time, review what he has learned calmly, and not get distracted by things that steal his focus. You know how much effort he has given, how much he has wanted to learn, and how much he longs to do well. And that is why today I entrust him into your hands, trusting that you strengthen his memory and give him clarity to hold on to what he needs to remember. Loving Father, I know that many times my son feels pressured, as if this exam defined his whole life, and I have seen him worried, afraid of failing. But I ask you to show him that his value is not tied to a grade, that his life has a purpose even when the results are not what he expected. Help him understand that studying is part of the journey, but the future is in your hands, not in a piece of paper filled with questions. Lord, I ask you to give him serenity so he will not be overwhelmed, that every time he feels nervous, he may take a deep breath and remember that you are with him, that anxiety will not blur what he already learned, but instead that he may find within himself the peace that only comes from you. Let him trust that his effort will bear fruit, because nothing sown with dedication goes unrewarded before you. Give him rest at night, Lord. Don't let him stay up late, unable to sleep because of worry. You give refreshing sleep to those you love, and my son needs to arrive rested, with a clear mind and a peaceful heart. When he closes his eyes, let him not be tormented by thoughts of failure, but instead feel the assurance that you will hold him even in the middle of the test. Lord, open his ears and his eyes when he reviews. Let him see clearly what is important. Let him not get lost in unnecessary details, and help him discern what he should prioritize. You are the one who gives wisdom, and I know that if he draws near to you in faith, his mind will be filled with light. I also ask that you keep him from comparing himself to others. May he not measure himself by his friend's performance or feel discouraged if someone else seems more prepared. Teach him that every person has their own rhythm, their own process, and that what truly matters is giving their best before you. And Lord, if in the middle of the exam he faces a question he does not know how to answer, remind him that this does not define him, that his worth is far greater than a blank space on a page. Give him calm to move forward, strength to not give up, and hope to finish with his head held high, knowing that he did his part and that you are doing yours. I know, Father, that in this time you are not only helping him pass an exam, but you are shaping his character, his confidence, and his faith. That is why I rest in you and continue to pray, because I believe your hand is over his life in every detail, even in this season of preparation. And when that day comes, beloved Father, let my son walk toward the classroom with the certainty that he is not walking alone. Walk beside him, make a way through his fears, and let every step remind him that your promises surround him. You are his peace, his refuge, and his strength. And even if his hands tremble or his heart races, remind him that you hold his life and his mind can be at ease because he is trusting in you. When he sits down at the desk and looks at the exam, may his eyes not be clouded by fear, but may he find serenity. Let him read each question with clarity, recall in order what he studied,
and not forget the small details that make a difference in his answers. You are the God of wisdom, and in you is the light that enlightens his understanding. Lord, guard his heart from hurry and despair. Let him not feel that time is chasing him, but rather help him use every minute wisely. Help him stay focused, set aside distractions, and trust in what he has already sown with effort. May your Spirit give him self-control so that he is not carried away by panic or insecurity. I also ask that you keep him from comparison in that moment, from looking around and thinking that others are doing better or finishing faster. Let him keep his eyes on his own exam, knowing that his race is different and that his value is not measured against others, but in the love you have for him. Lord, bless every sheet of paper he touches, every pencil or pen he uses, every answer he writes. Let everything his hands do prosper, not because he trusts in his own strength, but because he is under your covering. Fill that classroom with an atmosphere of peace, with no confusion or chaos, but a calm environment where he can focus with ease. And if at any moment he feels he can't go on, that his mind is blocked or goes blank, remind him to breathe deeply and speak to you in silence. Let him find in you the immediate help he needs, that gentle voice that whispers, "I am with you, do not be afraid." Because I know you never leave him alone. You are with him even in the smallest details that matter to us and are therefore important to you. Father, after the exam, when he turns in the paper and walks out of the room, let him not carry anxiety or regret over what he could have done better. Instead, let his heart be filled with peace, the peace of knowing he gave his best effort, and the trust that you are in control of everything else. Teach him to rest in your hands and not carry unnecessary burdens. And I, Lord, while he goes through all of this, remain in prayer, because I know you are the God who opens doors and guides steps. My confidence is in you, not in a result, because I know my son's future is secure in your hands. And even if the results are not visible yet, I already trust that your will is being fulfilled. Because more than a passed exam, what I long for is that my son learns to walk with you in every step of his life. Teach him that seeking you before each decision is the secret to living in peace, and that depending on you is never a mistake. Father, also give him humility to accept whatever result comes with a grateful heart. If the grade is high, let him give you the glory and not be prideful. If the grade is not what he expected, let him not feel crushed or think he is a failure, but rather learn from the experience and rise with more wisdom. Because I know you use everything, the good and the difficult, to shape his character and guide him on the right path. Let this exam not be only an academic test, but also an opportunity for my son to discover how much he can trust in you. That in the middle of pressure, he may understand that prayer opens paths and that your presence gives him strength he didn't even know he had. Lord, I give you the tiredness he may feel after so much studying, the sleepless nights, the long hours of review, the doubts that unsettled him. Transform all of that into rest and satisfaction, so he may see that every effort bears fruit when it is sustained in you. And if there is any answer he cannot recall, grant him creativity and clarity to reason. Let his mind flow with logic and give him the ability to express it in the best way.
Cover also his teachers and those who will grade the exams. Place grace over every page so that there may be no injustice or negligence in evaluating him, but that everything be done fairly and truthfully. And if there were any human mistake, let your hand intervene and defend what is just. For you are the God who cares even for the things unseen. Father, today I rest in the assurance that no prayer is ever lost in the air, but every word reaches your heart. That is why I will not grow weary of crying out, because I know my son is being upheld by your promises in the unseen. And even if he doesn't notice it now, the day will come when he remembers these prayers and realizes that his victory was also born in the secret place of seeking you. I want to thank you, Lord, because I know this exam is only a small part of the story you are writing in my son's life. You are leading him by the hand into a future full of hope, a path where challenges make him stronger and where your grace never lets him go. That is why today I finish this prayer with confidence, knowing that you have already placed peace in his heart, clarity in his mind, and trust in his spirit. And with that faith, I remain believing that this exam will be one more step in the glorious plan you have prepared for him. Amen. If you felt peace while praying for your child, don't stop here, because in the video you see on screen, we will continue asking God to hold him during the exam, calm his nerves, and give him good understanding.